The Dinosaur Hunters by Deborah Cadbury, read by Andrew Sachs. On the south coast of England, at Lyme Regis in Dorset, the cliffs tower over the landscape. The town hugs the coast under the lee of a hill, and to the east the local graveyard clings to the disintegrating church cliffs. Beyond this runs the dark, forbidding crag of Black Ven. Here, at the beginning of the 19th century, Lyme Bay became known as one of the main areas for fossil hunting. Locked in the layers of shale and limestone were the secrets of a vast, ancient ocean now turned to stone, the first clue to an unknown world. In 1792, war erupted in Europe, and it became dangerous for the English gentry to travel on the continent. Many of the well-to-do adopted the resorts of the south coast, and the dramatic scenery around Lyme Bay became a favourite among those who spent part of the season at Bath. The novelist Jane Austen was charmed by Lyme Regis and the very beautiful line of cliffs stretching out to the east. The Cobb, the long sea wall curving around the harbour, became the dramatic setting for scenes in her new novel Persuasion. Jane Austen's letters to her sister Cassandra reveal that during her stay she met an artisan, Richard Anning, summoned to value the broken lid of a box. Anning, even as a skilled carpenter, struggled to make a living. The blockade of European ports had caused severe food shortages. With no European corn available, the spiralling price of bread caused great suffering, and in rural Dorset the poor were not only hungry, but with a shortage of fuel, they also faced damp, cold conditions. Mary Anning was born in the summer of 1799, at a time when a quarter of poor infants died in their first year, undernourished and readily succumbing to consumption, pneumonia, smallpox, and measles. Half were dead before the age of 5. As Mary grew older, she took a keen interest in helping her father supplement his meagre income as a carpenter by gathering fossil curios from the beach to sell to tourists. No one could explain what these curios were. Petrified in the rocks on the shore were strange shapes, fragments of the backbone of a giant unknown creature, enormous pointed teeth, thought to be derived from crocodiles, and beautiful ammonite fossil shells with their elegant walls like the coils of a curled-up serpent. The fossils that resembled fragments of real creatures like crocodiles defied explanation. After all, if they were the remains of real animals, how had they burrowed their way so deep into the rocks? Alternatively, if the rocks had formed gradually around them after the animals had perished, this implied that God's creation had occurred over a period of time, not in a few days, as described in the book of Genesis. To the many who had absolute faith in the Bible, the most convincing explanation was that these were the remains of creatures that had died during Noah's flood, and had been buried as the earth's crust reformed. Mary became skilled at the dangerous business of searching the beach for crocodiles. Rainwater endlessly percolating through layers of soft shales and clays caused mudslides and rockfalls. There was also the risk of being caught by the sea, as the fossils, revealed by erosion, had to be removed before the tide turned and the waves washed them away. In 1810, Richard Anning succumbed to consumption, and his wife and children were destitute. His wife, Molly, was obliged to face the humiliation of appealing to the overseers of the parish poor, who, on average, paid out 3 shillings a week, when the minimum needed to scrape a living was 6. Joseph, Mary's elder brother, was apprenticed to an upholsterer, but during 1811 Joseph made a remarkable discovery while he was walking along the beach. Buried in the shore below Black Ven, a strange shape caught his eye. As he unearthed the sand and shale, the giant head of a fossilized creature slowly appeared, 4 feet long, the jaws filled with sharp interlocking teeth, the eye sockets huge like saucers. Joseph had uncovered what was thought to be the head of a very large crocodile. The site was then covered by a mudslide, and nearly a year elapsed before Mary came across
Sample complete. Ready to continue?